Bratt, are 2 games left here on the regular season schedule, this back-to-back. I mean, you guys have sort of, maybe not had the full 60 minutes over the last couple. How critical, I know it's funny to say that at this juncture, knowing what's ahead, but is this 2-game stretch here?
I mean, it is very important. Especially a game like today, we're been at home now for a long time now, getting back on the road, and that's something that we're going to start the playoff series. Is going to be on the road, so it's good for us to get back to traveling a little bit and get the routines a little more dialed in since we've been home for so long. To put in a really good 60-minute. We've been a good road team throughout the season, and we're going to have to continue that. We've been talking about getting past these adversities that the team went through last 3 games or so. It's something that we've been doing a good job with this season. When we needed the team the most to put in a good effort, we have done that. So that's what we talked about this morning.
And then just sort of, is it like that added motivation, obviously, having just played Boston, they put 7 past you guys? Because one of the things that Sheldon was talking about is, like, when you get to this point of the season, you're almost you're waiting for those playoffs to start, and maybe that's where you pull back a little bit in games. But this sort of is natural here.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You are a little bit. You obviously know what's ahead of you, and you're looking forward to that. But sometimes at these moments, you just gotta stay in the moment. You gotta realize how they played against us last time. They basically dominated us in our building. That's something that we don't forget that. So that's obviously something that we want to do today, especially get a good momentum for the group, get a good feeling in the whole room. About that we really put in a good 60-minute effort.
Perfect. Thanks, Bratt.
Oh yeah, this is the real man of the people right here.
Good. Pesce, obviously, you guys are going into these final 2 games of the regular season. It's been a bit of a mixed bag, I think, over the last couple of weeks, maybe over the last. What are you kind of hoping here now with just these 2 games left for you guys to right the ship in a way to prepare yourselves?
Yeah, we talked about it before the game. We're looking for a full 60-minute effort. Obviously, it doesn't matter in the standings, but you got to ramp it up now. Now that playoffs are a week away. So, at the same token, these guys kind of embarrassed us in our building not too long ago. So, we'll be ready.
One of the things that Sheldon talked about, and sort of understanding at this time of the year when you have a playoff spot clinched, everyone's trying to stay healthy, sort of get through those final 8. Like, is there a bit of that really does tend to maybe creep into games at times?
Yeah, for sure. It's a fine line, right? Yeah, you obviously you want to play hard, you want to stay sharp, but the last thing you want to do is get hurt or get dinged up before the playoffs start. So. It's also a part of being a pro, though. You show up, you do your job as best you can, no matter what game it is, what time of the year it is, and perform.
I got to imagine when you're looking for a little motivation, coming off the situation we just talked about, the fact that these guys put 7 in last week probably is some pretty natural motivation.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. That kind of gives us a little edge for sure. We didn't like that outcome. So yeah, we definitely a little motivation.
And obviously you're wanting to ramp up for the playoffs and you're fine-tuning things when you go into that first series. What are kind of the keys for your group that you're looking to kind of get right before you get?
Yeah, for one, just a 60-minute effort. We've been showing in spurts that we could do it, but I don't think we put together a full game in a few games now. So we're going to need that in the playoffs every game. That's huge. And just intensity, right? Winning battles is, I think it starts tonight for our group.
Thanks, Pesce.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You can start it off still.
Yeah. All right, so I'm sure the last month or so has been a whirlwind change in organizations, going to Utica, and now here you are against your former team. How are you feeling getting a chance tonight here?
It's good. I had a really good 3.5 years in Boston and Providence and whatnot. It's always sad to leave a place, but I'm really excited for a new opportunity. And it's been great in Utica, great coaching staff, great group of guys. And now it's exciting to be up here and get to showcase what I have.
For folks who haven't seen much of you or don't know much of your game, how would you describe the type of player that you are?
Yeah, I think I play a 200-foot game. Two-way. I'm very detailed and responsible, and yeah, that's how I describe it.
Have you had any, since you going to Utica, had you played Providence at all, or is this the first time you're seeing some of the guys you've been playing with down there?
I played Providence 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was
Yeah.
that was pretty weird, but exciting. These are fun games to get up for, and Boston will be the same tonight.
Obviously, getting your debut with the Devils here tonight, right around the time of the playoffs, just being around this group of guys, who's really maybe stood out just being on this trip and then getting to be a part of this group when they are making that push now?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. They're gearing up for the playoffs, and I want to be a part of that and help them get ready, and that starts with getting a win tonight.
And what about this building that you've experienced in your time with Boston maybe makes it harder for the opposition now being on the other side?
Yeah, we'll see how it is being on the other side. I know always playing in this rink and growing up coming to games here, the fans are very enthusiastic, and it's a great environment to play in. So.
You have a bunch of family coming tonight again? Or?
Yeah, a lot of family and friends. So super excited, and just excited to get out there.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Sheldon, final 2 games here. Start this one in Boston, obviously. It looks like some changes. Nace going to be coming back in. Is this sort of just getting him back in after 1 day rest kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, it's just kind of managing his workload, which is, what we'll look to do here over the next couple of days for anyone that's been, either had a big workload through the season or is maybe managing in any sort of minor bumps and bruises or injuries and such. So that's really what it's about. We've got some of those things we're managing today, and in Ace's case, he's going to get back in tonight and get back up to speed.
Is part of that challenge too, like the amount of minutes they get on the ice as well? Like, sort of like, does that come into play at all?
Well,
You're in. Like,
yeah, they go into each game thinking, I'm going to want to roll 4 lines and keep the top guys' minutes, at a manageable level. Then you get into the game, you're trying to compete, you're trying to win, and all of that. But also, I don't want to be too extreme one way or the other, mainly because top guys. They're used to playing a certain number, and that's the number they need to be conditioned at. And we've got ample time between the completion of the regular season and before we'll begin in the playoffs. So I'm not too concerned about that, but trying not to be too extreme in cutting the minutes or too extreme in piling on unnecessarily.
Searching for the game-to-game motivation here down the stretch after clinching, does it help that you just saw these guys a week ago and obviously the game didn't go well, to hope that maybe the guys find some motivation from
I think so. We've tried to talk about that, but just also we want to have a good game here. We haven't played on the road in quite a while. We've been a pretty good road team all season, and so obviously where we're going to start in the playoffs is on the road, and we want to put forth a solid effort here today. We certainly need that. Challenge the group a little bit here today to kind of step up. And, I haven't loved the up and down nature of our game, but to me, I've really liked our group, and the reason for continued optimism for our group is when we've really been challenged and really needed to step up, I think we've done a good job of that. I reference, we played Columbus, a while back, in not back to back, but in 2 games in a short amount of time, and home there, and four very important points. We were able to get 4 of those, and the home against Minnesota, we were able to come off of a tough game in Winnipeg and get 4 points there. Play on the road on a back to back to get us started in that nature. We needed a win against the Rangers and at home, and found a way for 4-0 win for 2 very important points. So little things like that to me have shown what our group's capable of, and I'd like us to tap into some of that here today and leave with a good feeling.
Thank you, Sheldon.